The All Blacks have wrapped up the Bledisloe Cup for 2021 and started off the Rugby Championship in the same year with a pretty comfortable win, man. 57-22. It's a bit of a hiding over the Wallabies, but you think about this, man. At halftime, it was 21-15. 21-15. All Blacks in that second half were pretty bloody clinical, and the Wallabies will look back on this one and go, there's some pretty brutal mistakes in this game. Intercept tries, not taking your own line-out ball, scrum coming under a bit of pressure. Yeah, man. The All Blacks are lethal if you give them those chances, and the All Blacks managed to construct some of their own. But anyway, we'll go through some of the key events, some of the stats, and you guys can let me know your thoughts on how this one kind of played out. Obviously, the crowd was not that great, to be fair. And it's kind of different. If you're watching this from somewhere like, England or Wales, where you guys play pretty much all your games in the same stadium, Twickenham is the ground that England plays at. It's not like that in New Zealand. It's not an excuse, but we're not used to playing two games in 2 weeks at the same venue against the same team. We played Australia at the same venue last week. That game, I think, was sold out. So, yeah, I guess a lot of people figured, well, that's their rugby fix for a while. So any of those kind of casual rugby fans aren't that keen to go and see games 2 weeks in a row. It is disappointing that the All Blacks should be able to sell out whatever ground they play at in New Zealand, no matter who they're playing, basically. So yeah, maybe that's a bit of a scheduling mishap. Obviously, it wasn't supposed to be at Eden Park to start with. It was supposed to be in Wellington. But, with the COVID thing, they had to reschedule the game. Could have gone somewhere else. Maybe Hamilton would have been a better option. I don't know. But either way, the result is it's not a great look for there to be a half-empty crowd at the game for an All Blacks game. And this game started kind of to fit the crowd, man. There's sort of handling errors from both sides early. The Wallabies won a scrum penalty, so if they were going to assert themselves up front to get in the All Blacks' faces, it was got a good chance to do it. But, man, intercept pass. I think it was Lolosio who threw that one. Rico just ate that pass as the Wallabies tried to get the ball wide. He got that one and just went pretty much length of the field. Korobeta tried to run him down. I think he was gaining on him. I'm not sure if Rico took the foot off the gas, but either way, Rico goes over length of the field try, and it's 7-0. Kind of on the back of the Wallabies starting off with a little pressure from that scrum penalty. Nah. All Blacks have got the Wallabies kind of under their own sticks a few minutes later. That being said, the Wallabies did hit back, and it was kind of crucial, man, because you can't afford to be going down too far to the All Blacks. And with the momentum they had from last week, where they finished the game in those last 10 minutes pretty well, you feel like they needed to kind of recapture some of that form. And they kind of did it. They went like 10-plus phases in the All Blacks half, and eventually when they got advantage from, I think it was Dalton, gave away, it was Akita for that one, gave away a silly advantage at the breakdown. Lolosio cross kicks to Callaway, who goes in, he manages to jink D-Mac, and they missed the conversion, but it's 7-5. So they needed that hit back, and the game probably needed that hit back as well. 15 minutes, the Wallabies are under the pump again, but kind of good for the game. They managed to turn the ball over at maul time. The All Blacks, who've kind of been knocking on the door for a wee bit, gone for the maul, they're not able to get that one done. So another kind of good tick for the Wallabies forwards that they're actually kind of fronting up and are able to survive some of that pressure from the All Blacks. And Mo'unga misses a penalty on 19 minutes. So maybe there's a hint of doubt. The All Blacks aren't going to kind of convert some of their chances. But remember, Lolosio's missed a conversion earlier, so it's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. And then, man, Retallick loves score him. And it's not a short distance try for him either. It's a proper beauty of a try. I mean, the Wallabies one was good. The first one was good. This All Blacks one was a bit better. It was from their own 22. The passing, Akira Ioane had a big old line break. He dummied Callaway, got it to D-Mac. D-Mac had a sweet offload to Retallick, and Retallick just kind of put the hammer down and went over for the line. So, yeah, man, 14-5. The All Blacks can generate try-scoring opportunities from anywhere. And if you're kind of caught flat-footed, or if you buy dummies that they're going to throw, you're going to be in big trouble. And sure enough, 14-5 is looking not too great. But then the Wallabies, kind of to keep the kind of tit for tat thing going, like if they're going to score, we need to score next. They do. They take a penalty on half an hour, easy one. Like it was right out in front. They pretty much had to take that one. With the scoreline at 14-5, you have to take it to get back to within one score. So they take it, and it's 14-8, not looking too bad. But man, right from taking that optic for the 3, the All Blacks get the next try, man. The All Blacks just do the same thing. They grind through the phases. This one wasn't their prettiest try by any means, but Savia is able to finish it from about a metre out. He had a pretty good game in terms of his power game. Beat a few defenders. I mean, there were some good carries in the build-up for that one. Mo'unga and Dalton Papali'i. A lot of guys had some good carries. So, it's 21-8. Whatever you can do, we can throw something back a bit stronger. But again, the Wallabies in that first half, man, like you wouldn't believe it if you just saw the scoreline. But they get the final try of the half. McDermott gets one. There's a scrum, which is kind of ugly. It gets reset a couple of times. The Wallabies get advantage from it the third time. And McDermott's kind of able to snipe over after the ball comes out of the back of that scrum. So 21-15 at half time. The Wallabies are still very much in the game, very much within touching distance. The run meters are 220 to 171, but remember, Rico's interceptors a lot of those. Defenders beaten to 7-4, with the Wallabies having 7. Turnovers won, the Wallabies have won 3-1. Penalties conceded, the All Blacks conceded 3. The Wallabies conceded 5. So there's a lot to like about this Wallabies first half, and it gets better in the second half when they put the pressure on the All Blacks. And the All Blacks have been a little bit guilty of. Dalton gave away one kind of cynical one, I think, out on their own goal line. Conceding penalties in their own 22, and the ref's not mucking around at the start of the second half. Savia gives away one, and the ref is just like, nah, it's enough. Too many penalties in your own 22. Cynical, you're gone. I mean, Australia is 21-15. You've got an extra man, you're in the All Blacks 22. Now's the chance to go in front. Now's the chance to put the pressure on the All Blacks guys. Put that bit of mental doubt. Like, oh my goodness, we might lose this huge record we've got. Eden Park, Bledisloe might be in doubt, having to go across the ditch. They lose the line out. The Wallabies can't secure the line out. It's absolutely brutal. And I swear that's the turning point of the game. Is that where the heads fall? Is that where the All Blacks kind of get a bit of a G up after realising, like, man, that could have been dodgy. So despite the yellow card, the All Blacks kind of just go up a gear. They're suddenly fired up. Smith dummies McDermott when they kind of go down the blind side. He gets the ball to Cody Taylor. It's a try, 28-15. They've scored 7 points from the yellow card. D-Mac on like 52 minutes nails a 60-odd metre penalty, maybe 59, 58-metre penalty. It's some long distance. It only just has the legs, but man, D-Mac runs down the final minute of the yellow card clock. So kind of good thinking from Captain Sam Whitelock, using that minute, and then he even gets the point. So they score 10 points with the man down. And it's looking pretty hairy for the Wallabies, man. 31-15. It gets worse. Reese gets another intercept try. That one's Tamua's pass, trying to get it wide. 38-15. Taylor gets another one on the hour mark after a scrum. 43-15. It's getting ugly at that point, man. Will Jordan has always liked to get one. He gets one on 64 minutes. That one was Artie Savia with the line break, and kind of drew the players as well before passing. He didn't just give it to Will Jordan when he was outside him. He waited for the defenders to kind of be drawn in, open up the space for Will Jordan, and then fired it through. So Will Jordan's amazing try-scoring run goes on. At that point, it's 50 points to 15, man. Good conversion as well, 50-15. They do get a try through Callaway again on 68 minutes to the Wallabies to make it 50 points to 22, which is kind of fitting, seeing as they got the new law about the 50-22. We didn't see any 50-22s in this game, but the scoreline for a while was 50-22. They did go for a couple of them, but it's hard to tell. We have to go back and watch the game and kind of see how many wide-angle shots we can see to see how many times the wingers were kind of standing back to cover for that. But Wallabies had another chance on like 70-something minutes with a 5-metre line out. Guess what? Lost the ball from that one. Again, it's brutal, man. You can't be doing that. And then, sure enough, after the clock's gone 80, both sides just want to keep playing, which is interesting to see. And the All Blacks ended up as the beneficiaries of that after the ball's been turned over multiple times to both sides. Havili, despite that haircut, is able to go over for a try, and it's 57-22 it finishes. So, yeah, man, pretty lopsided game. No real tension in that one. But the first half was there. The Wallabies were able to kind of keep within touching distance. So you look at that first half from the Wallabies, the end of that second half in the first game, and there's a bit to like. But man, when the All Blacks find that next gear, they're pretty hard to stop. And I guess for Fozzie, it's pleasing that they did. These guys who maybe let their foot off the gas last week kind of put their foot back down on the gas this week. So he gave them a second crack. He didn't make huge changes. But I guess he'll want them to kind of come out a bit faster than they did. I mean, he's probably not going to be too unhappy with the 57-22 scoreline, to be fair. But anyway, they'll look at it. They'll travel to Perth for the next game, and then games against Argentina and South Africa to come, which will be really fascinating. Hopefully the game against the Argentina against South Africa overnight for me will be a touch closer than all that. But anyway, we'll see. Some of the stats, run meters 562 to 397, so obviously the All Blacks dominate that. Some of those, man, the intercept meters for Reece and for Rico, that adds up to be quite a lot. Defenders beaten 15-13, clean breaks 8-5, so the All Blacks have got the better of those numbers. Turnovers conceded to the All Blacks 13-9. It's an area they'll look to clean up a little bit, but as I mentioned, Australia loses like 4 rucks, 2 lineouts and 2 scrums. The kind of forward pack's under the pump a little bit in the end of that second half. So yeah, they did manage to win more turnovers, and Hooper had a pretty good game at 8 tackles from 8 and a bunch of run meters. So he continues to kind of be a shining light, but at times the team let him down a bit. Akita Ioane, 64 run meters. Savia, 3 defenders beaten. Whitelock, 13 out of 13 tackles. Dalton had good numbers, like 18 out of 20, but I think one of the tries he missed, one of the tackles he missed was pretty costly. One of the penalties he gave away was pretty costly. So, yeah, have to kind of go back and rewatch his performance in particular, but I do remember him costing a couple of them. But anyway, he's a Blues man, so I'll forgive him. Right, yeah. That's it, folks. I'm going to go rest my voice because for some reason I'm bloody crook again. The kids keep bringing bugs home. Maybe it's hay fever. I don't know. But yeah, 57-22, folks. 57-22. You guys let me know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done. Be appreciated. Like the videos if you got this far through it because we're, 12 minutes. Pretty good effort. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.